Hey guys, what's up? W here, and today we're going to do the spoiler-free Ghost of Tsushima review. Ghost of Tsushima, made by Sucker Punch. It's Sony PS4's latest exclusive game. I've been playing the hell out of it. I've probably put 50 hours or so in, maybe. Closer to 40. I haven't platinumed it yet, but I've completed the story, completed all of the like side quests. I'm just picking up all the collectible stuff now. And we're just gonna go through this list. I'm gonna give you all my positives, all my like neutral points, and then all my negative points, and then we'll end up at a grade. And I'm gonna post a separate video explaining how my rating system works, so you can check that out as well. So let's go through this. The first positive is that it's the most stylistic and gorgeous game I've ever played. I mean, the fucking graphics in this game are incredible. Now, some of the textures might not be as high quality as other games, but just the way the world looks and the colors, and the way the wind blows through the trees and the leaves fall on the ground, and then, like, you kick them up when you're walking, or like you're in a duel and these cherry blossoms everywhere. It's just so stunning to look at. And it's a pleasure just to, like, get on your horse and ride around the world to see the different areas and landscapes and visuals that it has to offer. And that's enjoyable. You can get hours just taking pictures in this game enough. It's so gorgeous, and it's, like I said, it's the most stylistic game I've ever played. Next, it has an amazing soundtrack and the amount of optional ways to play the game. So first off, the soundtrack, these, classic Japanese style music is so beautiful to listen to, and it matches the aesthetic of the world perfectly, and it goes hand in hand, and making the experience just this complete, like sensory experience. You get it in all of your senses except for taste, I guess. It just hits you, and it sticks with you the way it sounds and looks. And then the amount of options on how you can play the game, and what I mean by that is like you can play in black and white with this like Japanese voice track, or in these like different ways to experience the game. Like you can go back through it and play it like a samurai movie. That's just so impressive that they added that at the on launch for free. That's a lot to give them praise for. Next, the thing I think I'm most impressed with is the load times on this game are non-existent. You could load into the biggest town in the game, and it takes you like less than 5 seconds. It is incredible, and there's no like texture pop in or anything. You load into the game, it takes 5 to 10 seconds max. I've never had it take more than 10 seconds to load into the game from the start screen. And which is incredible because that's like what Sony wants, let's say, in the PS5 will do. There's no load times on the PS5. And that's even more believable since this 7-year-old PS4 is, almost having instantaneous loads on this incredibly, open game with such detail. So it's a technical marvel. And also something else that I appreciate is that this game is beautiful, jam-packed with quests and gorgeous environments and, sounds. But yet somehow this like 60-hour game, if you do everything, it's like 60 hours. With all this detail, it's less than 50 gigabytes. It is insane how they somehow managed to compress all of this stuff down to this small file and have load times be so like non-existent. It's a technically impressive game, just from that standpoint alone. Next, it has some of the best combat I have ever experienced in a game. The way you switch from your four stances once you have locked them all, to fight the different enemies, and the standoffs where you can like duel someone quickly, and the actual duels are memorable, and it's so fun. Like bandit camps, like I watched Jim Sterling's video, and he said this, and it's perfect, that bandit camps in open world games are some of the most cookie cutter mundane things that any open world game has, right? But in Ghost of Tsushima, when you walk up to one, or you have one on your map that you need to travel to and like clear out, you're excited to do it because oh shit, I'm about to be able to do more combat, and I'm going to be able to do, it however I want. Am I going to do it sneaky, or am I going to show up like a samurai and just like challenge everybody? Am I going to use these like ghost tools, all these like different gadgets and stuff to take him out? There's so many ways to approach a combat scenario, and all of them are fun to do, It makes some of the more mundane tasks of any open world game, like bandit camps or random encounters just on the roads or whatever, makes these things exciting to do. Like, if you see like a group of enemies off in the distance doing some random bullshit, like I ride up to them every time, do a standoff, and then like finish fighting them because it's just fun to like fight these guys. Even though it gives you nothing other than a couple like supplies to kill these guys. It's fun. The experience is its own reward when it comes to this combat. So I appreciate that a lot. Next, this world, at least for me, immerses you fully in it with how it wants you to experience and traverse the world. So with the wind and like there's no map, like mini map, and there's no HUD unless you like hit the button to like refill your health or get the wind to blow, but then it goes away. And when you're just walking through the world, there's nothing on the screen except for your character, and you're just walking through the world, you feel in it, and you see these birds flying, or these foxes, or like this gentle breeze showing you where you need to go. And all the information you need to traverse the world is really there on the screen. You don't really need to pop open your map or anything unless you want to set a waypoint or something that the wind will guide you to. There's very little parts in this game that's like, oh, this is like a video game. When you're just walking through the world, it's just you're a samurai in Japan and you're experiencing this world, and that was very fun. And I just like walking around in it sometimes just because if I was there. And next, this is kind of like a plus and a neutral. There were some interesting stories with memorable characters, though some of the characters can feel wooden at times, and some of the stories can feel like just these side quests that are there just to be there. But there were some very memorable characters. I'm not gonna spoil anything. There's a merchant guy, and like there's this one like seedy pirate dude you meet, and they're interesting, and some of the side quests are interesting. So I had fun just doing these random activities just to do them, which not all open world games can. That's not something I can say about all open world games. The last positive point I had is that the customization options are great. You pick these flowers in the world, and then you trade them to these merchants to buy new like dyes for your armors and weapons. And there are many different types of armors, masks, headbands, and stuff you can also get. And it's just insane that in today's climate, all of these are free. This is a Sony exclusive, and Sony exclusives are known to be pretty good about this type of thing. You're not going to pay. It's not going to nickel and dime you for bullshit. They rarely even have DLC, like with God of War. And there's just tons of customization in this game, which I really appreciate. You can decorate your main character to look any way you want. So that's very appreciated as well. And I only have one neutral point and no negative point. So this is the last point about the game. And it's a neutral point because it only felt negative to me, but to players who aren't trying to platinum it, it's not going to bother you at all. The amount of side activities, like the haikus or the fox dens or the, or what are they called? The things you like bow to and like pray at, the shrines, that's what they're called. Like the fox den shrines, haikus, and all of these things. I feel like they could have been cut down some, because do we really need to have to do 49 different fox dens? Like, you could have cut some of these down, make it like 20, 25 fox dens, and take some of the haikus out, and just make it a tighter experience, because, like, right now I'm just grinding through these fox dens, and I'm, like, doing 10 in a row, and I'm like, this is kind of boring now, when you have to do them all to get the platinum trophy. But if you're just playing normally, and you're just doing them when you come across them, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. They are rewarding because they give you these charm slots. But if you're trying to platinum it, 49 different fox dens seems like a lot, and it gets mundane at the end. But that's my biggest gripe of the game. As you can tell, I'm really glowing about it. I haven't ran into any bugs. Other than my PlayStation saying that it's too hot and that I need to turn the PlayStation off. That's like the only negative thing I've had with the game, though my PlayStation is from 2014, so if you have a newer PlayStation or a PS4 Pro, please comment below if you've had this issue as well. But I haven't run into any game-breaking bugs. It hasn't crashed on me, and that's insane because it runs so great. And there's like no load times and all that. So my final verdict for this game, my grade for it is an A, and that's out of an A plus through F system. So it's not an A plus, but it's an A, and it's definitely a game you need to go out and buy right now if you have the money and you have a PlayStation 4, obviously. What's stopping it from getting an A plus, I think, is it's not as, I don't know why it's not an A plus. Like God of War is an A plus. You know, that's an A plus game. The original Last of Us Part One is an A plus. Ghost of Tsushima is an A, and I don't know. There's sometimes I guess I think it needs more interesting like side quests. Like I said, some of the side quests are interesting, but it needs more of those interesting side quests, and maybe some more that are bring some levity to the game because it is very serious at times, and it can be kind of like dreary, and that can make you want to just do something a bit uplifting. Like walking around in the world, I found was uplifting, but if you're trying to just grind out the story, you're gonna find it very dreary. So maybe some side quests that are more fun could be what brings it to that A plus level for the sequel. But they definitely need to make a sequel for this game. I am waiting for it, and that's about it, guys. So A, definitely a buy. Go out and buy it. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that. I really appreciate you supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.